Right then, today we're back here at the AEI Stadium where Gosport Borough are hosting an in-form Chertsey side. Their last 8 games, they've won 6, drawn 1 and lost 1. Gosport on the other hand going through some tough form recently, last 3 games and 3 consecutive losses. Let's find out how the management duo of Mark Summerhill and Glenn House are feeling going into today's game. Glenn, it's quite cool to have you on the interview. Sometimes we don't really get to see you. Could you just shine a bit of light on why you guys like to switch the roles when it comes to the media duties?
I just think we're a management team. I think it's nice for supporters to connect with all of us, and we're all just as important as each other, and we delegate and share each other's responsibilities.
Exactly, and Mark, it probably makes sense how you both like to share a lot of roles and shows great chemistry among both of you.
Yeah, well, I think managing a football team is incredibly hard work, and it's far beyond the Saturday when you're in, it's far beyond the Tuesday and the Thursday when you're in, it's 7 days a week. And Glenn has a lot of that pressure on his shoulders, so I think what the people around him can do to take a bit of pressure off him, so he's fully focused on what he's here for, then we all need to do our little bit.
Definitely. And Glenn, it's no secret we've been struggling with form recently, lost our last 3 consecutive games, but today's a great chance to get back on track.
Yeah, throughout the season you talk about how competitive this league is, and no one's going to shy away from our recent form, that's for sure, but we're in a fantastic position in my opinion. We're right at the end of the business side now, so it becomes even more magnified. Chertsey are snapping away, Sholing are snapping away. There's probably 3 or 4 others. So, it's said football's about opportunities. There's a great opportunity today to right a few wrongs.
Definitely. And Mark, you said it earlier, it feels like a real 6-pointer today. Chertsey obviously hot on our heels with the playoffs, some great recent form. What do you think we can expect from them today?
Well, it'll be an exciting game for sure. It's an exciting part of the season now with 12 or 13 games to go. It's really clear what everyone needs to do. We're in possession, aren't we? We're 5th. Yes, they're behind us, snapping at our heels, but they've got to win their games. So I think the pressure's on them today, really. They've got to come here and win. Naturally there's pressure on us because after our recent run, we need to get on another run. But we're really confident we've got the right people in the building to do that. So I think it's all on Chertsey, really. They're the ones chasing us. And I think it's also all on Sholing. They're the ones chasing us. So it's really all on them teams to come and get us. And it's for us to get a run now and to not be caught.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome onto the AI pitch this afternoon your 2 teams, Chertsey and your one and only Gosport Borough.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Chertsey scored in the 10th minute, the scorer number 7, Bradley Wilson.
So Glenn, a 2-2 draw today against Chertsey. My days, that was some game.
I think it's one of them, isn't it? As I said to Cliff earlier, for the neutrals, you're really happy with that and you think you've got your money's worth. But from a manager's point of view, we've got to be taking all 3 points and we've got to bury them and put them out of sight.
It did feel that way, certainly, but let's first of all start with that first half. For pretty much most of it, we seemed to be all over them, but once again, it was one moments of brilliance from Chertsey that gave them the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you can go through the chances that we had, didn't we? Busey's had a couple, Wass has had a header, Hish has had the lads made a great save from him cutting in on the left. Busey, as I mentioned, there's just endless chances out there. We were very much on the ascendancy, and I felt our distribution, decision making on the ball, our forward passing was excellent at times. I really do. But as you mentioned, it's no good when you come in 1-0, and I think sometimes that happens. You just get so used to having the ball and dominating the play, you get caught on the counter, and that's something for us to go away and have a look at.
To be fair, Chertsey on the counter, I don't think I've seen a team come here to the AI Stadium, probably in the league even, that have been that efficient on the counter. And at points it felt like we certainly failed to nullify them on the counter.
Yeah, as I said, but we failed twice and got punished, but football's a cruel game, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going through them moments that are unfortunate at the moment, and we're not quite getting the rubber green or the luck we deserve. So I do think in football you need a little bit of luck, but you have to make it happen. And massive credit to the players today, they made it happen. I felt at times it was a little bit subdued. I wasn't sure on the atmosphere, but after the second half I felt the supporters really played their part, and we wanted to give them something to shout about. And understand they were frustrated because he wasn't taking our chances, and then that frustration sort of boils onto the pitch. So I was really pleased with everybody's reactions and everybody's contribution, because we have to do it as a club. We have to do it from board level supporters, players. Everybody has to be aligned and fighting in the right direction. There's, I think, 12 games left now or something, 12 cup finals, 3 or 4 of us vying for that probably final place now.
Well, definitely, and you mentioned pretty much, I don't think there was a bad performance in our team, and it was totally different compared to Gloucester. That was one of the biggest criticisms from fans, that there wasn't as much fight with Gloucester, and today it was the complete opposite. We went 1-0 down, and even despite going down, there was still so much fight in that performance.
Yeah, I think you've got to be careful, because I watched the whole game back, and I genuinely believe for 70 minutes our structure and our shape was very good at Gloucester. It was a different approach, and that can be perceived a little bit passive, but I felt we defended our spaces really well, and we engaged when we needed to at Gloucester. Still created chances against them, and they're a very good side, so you have to give a lot of compliments to Gloucester. I've been around it for a couple of years, a National League North team, and by God they've got some good players, so I wouldn't say too much about Wednesday, but I felt today we ramped up another level, and we were a lot more aggressive, a bit more on the front foot, and that's everything what I want a Gosport Borough performance to be like. That's what I want it to see. We just need to kill teams up, and there were even at moments when it's 2-1 we had opportunities to kill it off and make it 3-1, and then I don't think there's any coming back from it.
Definitely. And you mentioned some of the striking force there. Dan Wooden back in the team. Looked like there was a little bit of a reshuffle up front today. He did play his part, Dan.
Yeah, Woody's probably been frustrated that I know for a fact he wants some more minutes. He gives us a different option. He's a bit more of a focal point. He brings players into play. But I think he can be very proud of his performance today, and we only withdrew him because he was carrying a bit of a slight knock, otherwise he would have stayed on the pitch. But the challenge for Dan now was to maintain them levels, and for any of the players, the levels and the bar is high, and it can't be anything less if you want to achieve something and be in around the playoffs. So we've got to produce that every week. If we produce that every week as individuals and as a team, I don't think we'll fall short.
Definitely. And another player I want to highlight from today's game, Jordan Ngalo. It felt like it took a little bit of a while for him to get into the game, but once he got going, he really looked like a solid player.
Yeah, Jord is one of them players. We need to get used to how Jord plays, because he's an unusual type of footballer. You've got to trust him with the ball, and we went through that extensively between now and Wednesday, as I don't think we've utilised him as much as we probably should do. But the kid's got undoubted ability. But when he's in that mindset, he wants to take care of a game, he can do it. He needs to do it more often, he knows that. But I feel like we've got a very, very good player in Jordan Ngalo, otherwise we wouldn't have brought him here at the club.
And one final player I want to highlight as well, Brad Tarbuck, back in the squad. That was some finish from him as well.
Yeah, Tarbs, they'd laugh about his numbers in front of goal. He's got undoubted quality, Tarbs. He's one of them players where he can do a little bit of everything. And he can drive with the ball, he can step in. But in the final third, I think in front of the goal, he needs to do a little bit more, have a bit more composure. I think if we're honest, he probably should have won us the game as well. There was some great little interplay and link up on the edge of the box, and he's gone breaking through. But it's his first game back. He's been out for a little while. I was really pleased for him for his finish, and it's a shame that didn't win us the game. But as I said, it's a massive plus having a player of that quality back. We're getting bodies back in the building now, and so that is really pleasing.
You said earlier that you felt you probably should have got the 3 points. However, that point, it should do the world of confidence to the lads.
Absolutely. When they watch it back and when certain things are clipped and demonstrated, it hits home how good we were at times today. But the challenge in football is always is having that consistency.
Definitely.
We go away to Tibby next Saturday. That might be a slightly different approach and slightly different game, because we know how good we can be on our pitch. We've demonstrated it on a number of times. But when you go away to Tibby, you've got to find a different way of playing. And I'm being brutally honest, we've fallen short against Hungerford and Hanwells, and that's not too dissimilar to Tibby's. So there's different ways of winning a football match. And as I said, you have to leave it out there and tick them boxes to be able to earn the right.